I'm not going to make it.
Of course you are.
Not very well.
Yeah, you're alright. And then to get left as you come off. Well done.
I wasn't in the right gear at all for that. I didn't think about it or plan it. I didn't realise we were doing a round and round the roundabout. If I'd have known that, I'd have planned it a bit better.
Right. When we play this video back, they'll get the I'm not going to turn left. No, you said I'm not turning left here. I'm going down to the roundabout. I did, but I didn't realise I was going to have to go all the way round it. I thought we were going to turn and then find somewhere to turn. Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Biker ElfSquirrel. Out this morning to do a bit of practice again. I seem to do nothing but practice, but that's the life of a new biker. On my gear changes going down when I'm slowing down, because apparently I'm doing something a bit odd with it all. So that's what we're out to do today, and I'm going to do something slightly different in that I'm going to, sorry, I can't think what I'm doing right now. I am going to be a pillion, and I don't know what gear I'm in. That's better. There we go. I'm going to be a pillion, and well, I'll explain a bit more in a minute, because at the moment I don't actually know what it is I'm going to be doing or working on. So do you want me to help?
Yeah, you can do.
Alright, the issue which I've identified, having watched back one of your previous videos, when you're going round corners, you're a bit slow, you're quite ginger of them. That's one issue. Yeah. But the other fundamental issue, which I was quite aware of when I watched the footage back, is that when you're coming down into a corner, before you get yourself set up for the corner, on the down change, when you're coming down gears, you pull the clutch in and you spend an awful lot of time before you actually change the gear and then let the clutch out.
I'm holding on to the clutch too long. Yeah,
what that does is allow the engine revs to die right down, which ultimately gives you a much clunkier gear change. It's not smooth, it's not progressive, and you're not as in control of the vehicle because you haven't got the engine connected to the road wheels, you're just holding it in the clutch. So what we're hopefully going to work on today, and it shouldn't take that long, what we're going to work on today is you're going to jump on the back of my bike, because I can't show you gear changing in corners unless I'm on the same bike as you, and you're not insured to take a pillion because you're a learner. So I'll show you the gear changing. I don't want to be condescending about it, but I'll show you how I'm changing gear, and then I'll talk you through what it is I'm doing that you're not. Yeah. And then I'll try and replicate what you are doing, or what I think you're doing. Show you the difference. Always got to wave them, yeah. Show you the difference, and then hopefully you'll be able to then go and practice that and see the difference and the benefit, and feel the difference about how smooth your riding is. You got a nod there. I know, I nodded back. Even as a learner, that doesn't happen all the time. I always nod at everybody because I think I am still learning. They were in my boots at one point, and funnily enough, say that, I was watching one of the YouTubers. Who's the lady I watch? I can't remember her name. Was it Sappy Squirrel, or was it not Sappy Squirrel? What's her name? Sappy Sprocket? No, the other lady. Username Kate. Kate, and she said she always nods at learner riders because she thinks it's important. So I've always nodded anyway. I think it's because it's something my dad always did. So, but it's just an acknowledgement, isn't it? Yeah. It's part of a tribe. Because there is a certain vulnerability about being on a motorcycle. It's you against the rest of the world, isn't it? Yes. And I think if you ride your bike as if everybody's out to kill you, then even if you're not, you're still going to stay safe. Yeah. Now we're going to pull in up here somewhere, aren't we? And we are. Drop my bike off. Ditch your bike, and you're going to jump in the back of mine. Okie dokie. Got to sit on this dirty bike. Look at it, it's filthy. It is filthy. It's nothing clean for my bottom. Look at the state of it. Interesting, I wasn't planning on discussing your bottom. Nor am I. God, this is novel. I haven't been a pillion for bloody ages. Right, give us a sec. Are you turning round? No. We're going to just go up and... Yeah, I just got. Yeah. Right, ready? When you get them.
Oh my god, it's further up than mine.
You alright?
Yeah, and I'm going to headbutt you all the time because I've got a camera on the front, so sorry.
Ah, we'll cope. Right, ready to rock?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Ready when you are. Right, so here I am, being a pillion. Something I didn't think I'd be doing for quite a while.
Well, or ever again, really.
Yeah, well, we knew we might do if we had to drop bikes off places, but clearly not every time. Get to look around again now.
He's trying to suggest you don't look around the rest of the time.
No, but I don't look around like I do when I'm a pillion.
Yeah, you're not spectating.
No. And I am going to keep headbutting you, I'm really sorry, but my camera's right by the back of your helmet.
It's alright, no problem.
I'm not sitting as close as normal. Go on.
This is the piece of road that we were on 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah.
A week ago, I think. But this is the piece of road we were on, alright?
Yeah.
And this is a bit that I was really noticing. It was quite clear to me, and maybe you can cut some footage in when you edit.
Yeah.
But some of the corners that you were going round, right, your down changes were very long. Alright. Now, we're not going to be able to see necessarily, unless you can you see my hand here when I'm working the clutch? Yeah?
Yeah, I can.
Right, well, what I'm going to do is, obviously the other camera is pointing at my foot.
Yeah.
Alright? And you'll see what happens when I gear change, alright?
Yeah.
And I'll talk you through it. So, I don't really need to change gear, but I will anyway for the purposes of the video. So, what I'm doing first is I'm putting my foot under, I'm going to change it up, yeah?
Yeah, I can feel it, yeah.
I'm going to put my foot under the gear change lever before I go anywhere near the clutch, alright? Then I'm going to preload the clutch lever by putting a little bit of force on it, just a little, and then I'm just going to touch the clutch and it's going to go up. Alright?
Yeah, I'm not that quick, yeah.
The same way on the way down, I'm going to put my foot above the gear lever, I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on it, yeah, and then I'm going to click the clutch, and it goes down nice and smoothly.
Jesus.
There's no juddering.
Yeah.
There's no delay. There's no break in the engine revs really.
Yeah.
So again, foot under the gear changer. Yeah. Hand on the lever.
Yeah.
A little bit of pressure on the gear changer.
Yeah.
And then up. Yeah.
Yeah. And
on the way down, a little bit of pressure on top of the pedal. A little bit. Yeah. And then down.
Okay.
Can you hear the difference between my gear changes and yours?
Yeah, mine are a mess.
And then round the corner, when you're in the right gear for it, and I'm going to go down to third. Right? We can control the bike on the gears, and
you went down 2
the
then?
Clutch. Oh yeah, I went down 2, yeah. Didn't go down 2 at once. Of course, now I'm trying to concentrate on them and messing them up. Typically. Alright, so we'll try that again. Right, I'm going to change up gear now, so toe underneath the gear changer, yeah?
Yeah.
Hand on the gear lever, can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, hand on the gear lever, a little bit of pressure on the gear lever, pull the clutch and go.
Yeah.
It's actually quite hard to do and explain because I'm actually messing it up because I'm thinking about it too much. Normally it happens quite naturally.
Normally you just do it, yeah.
Yeah, so you'll probably notice that I'm revving a little bit too high on my gear change for some reason. I don't know why.
I hadn't noticed.
So I'll do a couple of gear changes without saying anything about it. Right, can you hear the difference there? They're not instantaneous, but they're pretty quick. Now, what I'm going to show you is what I think you were doing.
Yeah.
Right, coming up to a corner, about to change down, pulling the clutch in, thinking about it.
Yeah, I can. It sounds.
Alright?
Yeah, I know. I can hear that definitely. The difference.
That is what you do.
Yeah.
At the moment. Alright.
Yeah.
So you you're all right on the up, you pull, you change up, you let go. Yeah, but on the down, especially on the down, all right, you do this. You pull in, you think about it, then you put good out, then you let go, and you get a bit of a judder. Yeah, I can hear the difference in the engine working. So the trick is to make sure that your brain is thinking about the lever before, the brake, gear change lever. At the bottom. Thinking about that before you think about the clutch. All right. Because that's the bit that changes the gear, not this. This is. I know you keep calling it gear levers, but that's part of the problem. Is that in your head it's a gear lever and it isn't. Second. All right. Third. Fourth, fifth. Now you're not bad at that. Alright, but this is the bit you don't get coming down. So preload. I am just holding it in too long. I can hear the difference you made in the gears. I'm changing up and down gears in funny places just for the benefit of a gear change. So anybody else who's watching, please don't criticise my riding saying that's the wrong gear you should be in, because I know. Okay. Again, likewise, I know that there's various bits of corners I shouldn't be changing gear on, but I'm doing it for effect. Okay. Alright, but I will change down here, alright? And what I'm going to speak to you about now is about your setup for a corner, alright? And it's the, you know, I said to you the other week on the video, watch this junction, people invariably pull out in front of you. That junction, when we go back this way, the first corner is quite a sharp left-hander, alright? And it's just after that red car, so I'm not going to, it's turning anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to a reasonable speed that I would be travelling at, which is, well, in this case it's just about 60. I'm going to come into that corner and set it up the way I would, alright? Just pay attention about what I'm doing, okay? Now, I'm not claiming to be any kind of expert, but you want to be in the gear that you want for the corner well in advance of the corner, and what you don't want to be doing is this. Holding your clutch in and then wondering what gear you're supposed to be in. Alright? So you want to be in the gear that you want for the corner well in advance of it, but not so early that you're revving the arse off your bike. It does feel a bit weird, this. Not really a motorcycle instructor, but the other thing is you can get quite a lot of lateral movement up and down the range of speed in the same gear, alright? Sometimes you don't really need to change gear. You just, you know, just use it on the throttle. So, I mean, this is a big bike, you know, so I mean, I could probably just about do any speed in this bike in any gear, because it's got a lot of torque. But it's very easy, obviously, to go over the speed limit. But here I am in 6th gear. I'm just bimbling along. What am I doing just now? 55 miles an hour. And just bimbling along. Maybe now, I'm trying to change gear too much with the corners as well, and I'm focusing on a gear change rather than actually cornering. Just concentrate on where you're going, looking into the corner, because a lot of the time you don't need to change down. I mean, it would be better to be in a lower gear, but it's not imperative. And if you're going to mess up the corner by changing gear, when actually you could have had a good corner, but maybe not in spot on gear, but still perfectly in control, that might have been beneficial. So now I'm down to about 48. I'm still in 6th gear because this bike will do it. All right, now I'm going to put my foot on top of the brake, top of the gear changer. Just push it down. See how smooth that was? And down again. And down again. So now I'm in the 3rd, 30 limit, 30 miles an hour. Yeah, well, 27 according to that clock. So, do you understand what I'm talking about then? Okay, right. I'll drop you back at your bike and we'll give that a bash. Okey-doke. But there won't be any hiding place, because I'm going to put the camera onto your clutch foot if I can. If I can. We'll see. There's not so many places to mount stuff on your bike. It's alright on this thing because I've got scaffolding everywhere because it's got all the pannier racks and things. So it might not be doing, but we'll see we'll get the difference in change of engine to it anyway. So just remember that you're looking at moving your foot and putting some pressure on the gear change lever before you touch the clutch. Yeah, and it should make it nice and easy for you. Don't try and change gear more than you need to, alright? Yeah. Just change gear when you think it's appropriate, but when you do change gear, use that method, yeah? Yeah. Sorry, I'm absolutely just thinking, I'm not actually
concentrating
too much.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the corner now, more than I am the gears. Oh, that was a bit jumpy, but it was quicker release.
Right, you're already faster than you were last week.
I'm trying to look into the corners and not change down. I'm in third anyway, I didn't feel the need to change.
No, third's fine, I think. So, maybe second for some of the tighter ones, but you'll be fine in third. Don't panic about it. And you slowed right down again there. That junction that people pull out on you on. You need to do a bit of speaking, love, or it's going to be a boring video.
I'm actually just concentrating on my gears, and that's part of the problem. I think that's where my head is at the moment, is just thinking about what I'm supposed to be doing with my foot and with my feet, with my hands. So coming up here, what was the deal? Preload, I'm going down a gear, so foot on, snatching, down to third.
How did that feel?
Better. Maybe I'm better when I talk about it anyway. Right, preload, in for third. Look where you're going.
Oh, mini-tastic. I love minis. I miss my mini.
I know. Right, look into the corner. Look out, keep going, trust it.
Better.
Oh, that was better.
Better, much better speed, much better smoothness.
I wasn't trying to fluff about with gears, and I was just sort of looking away from the bend, which is my biggest thing.
Better, much better.
Yeah, good.
So you're maintaining about 45 mile an hour around there, so that's much better than last week, which was about 28 to 30.
I'm going to go straight on down to the roundabout.
They go down to the aerodrome?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, preload down and let go. Hold on. Oh, it's a bit funny. Oh, this is a 40. Yeah, we're alright, right. Another tight bend coming up, so let's try and get this right again and preload and know what I'm doing. Can accelerate a bit and get myself going. Right. Foot on my gear. Good. Foot on my gear, preload down, whoa, that was a bit jumpy. Definitely happier going up, you're right. I'm just try this again. I'm in 4th, so I'm going to put a little bit of weight on, down a gear into 3rd, look into that corner. That's better. Back up into 4th, preload, down into 3rd, look into the corner, look where you want to go.
How did you feel with that down changes?
That was better.
Good.
Planning my foot being in the right place is helping, and I think that's what I'm not doing, not planning my foot in the right place. Today, a bit of working out where my foot is rather than putting it on last minute and actually releasing the gear, the lever quicker rather than hanging on to it for dear life while I work out where my foot is, which is, I think, been part of my issue. And really trying to look into the corners so that I don't slow right down to some stupid 20 mile an hour or something when it's a perfectly safe corner. So yeah, anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Like and subscribe, comment, tell me if it helps, tell me if you want to see something different, and I will see you all next time.